The Matuka is originally a New Zealand fly, and originally it was tied with the feather of a bittern, or the matuku. It has become illegal to use feathers from the matuku for this fly, and so a variety of feathers are now used. I will be using feathers from pheasant cock for the sail tail, as well as what is called the stained glass feather from the same pheasant for the front hackle. I am tying it on a 10 3x long hook using claret thread. I'm going to tie in a piece of 0.2 millimeter gold wire that will hold the wing down, and then I'm going to dub in the body with the same color dubbing. Leave me a comment about when you watch fly tyers, what do you think about fast forwarding or double speeding or triple speeding through certain parts of the tying process that take a little bit longer in reality than maybe people want to watch? For example, I am needing to add dubbing to my line as I build a body, which means that it just takes a little bit longer. I'm trying to build a slightly tapered body, so I'm getting a little bit thicker as I get closer to the eye, where I will be leaving enough room behind the eye to tie in the front hackle, as well as a thread head. So that's probably about where I want to go. So this uses 2 feathers, maybe not quite 2 hook shanks in length, but the feathers are prepared in such a way that the bottom fibers are pulled off the bottom of the front of each feather, so that the quill of the feather sits directly on top of the dubbing body. So I've clipped out fibers from the fronts of both of these feathers, and that helps to grab them in up here at the front, and then they will just lay back on top of the body, and they will be tied into the body with that hold the backs of both feathers, pull up the fibers right there where the dubbing begins, and then I'll take that wire and I'm going to wrap it right there twice. Then I will just come up a little ways on the body, separate the fibers out, and see if I can separate the same split in both feathers, and take my wire and wrap it down at that split, and then I'll come up about the same distance, do that again. I did take a feather from each side of the pheasant pelt so that they are closer to opposing feathers. Although it seems like the fibers on one of them is a little bit longer than the other one. Trying to wrap between so that I don't wrap down on top of And that'll try to keep these, to poke through here and see if I can get the same split in both sides. There we go. And then I'll wrap in front. I have tied this with some other feathers that seem not to have as thick a top, and I like the look of this thicker top a little bit better. So then I'll catch in that wire and do a securing wrap underneath of it, put some tension on the thread, and then I can wiggle helicopter that off. Take a look at the top and see if yeah, it's not too bad. It's kind of down the middle of the top like a mohawk, like a Matuka. Then I have, it's probably a little bit long, maybe not. It's, you want your feathers about a gap and a half for this is actually a streamer, so it doesn't really follow the soft hackle rules, but it is a soft hackle and it is a streamer. So, and I'm going to tie it in by the butt end. I've clipped fibers again from the butt end, tying it with the dull side towards the hook. Grab that stem, and then I'm going to have to grab this feather with my hackle pliers. And grab only the front hackle and not the wing, and call it a wing sail. Make sure that I'm grabbing some stem, and then I'll pull those fibers back as I wrap and wrap in a front hackle. So a streamer is a wet fly, and so wrapping the fibers like I would a wet hackle fly, soft hackle fly. That's probably good. It looks like I've got a nice split right there where I can tie that tip off. Tie-in wraps over the top, and then I can let go with the pliers, tie it in on the bottom, wrap the head while I'm here, and then I find that tip of the feather again. Try to just get that tip and not a whole bunch of other stuff, and snap it out. It's up at the tip where it's fairly tender and easy to snap. I'll put a whip finish on that. I am going to head cement, so a 3 wrap finish is plenty. The head cement I'm using is goop. Comes in a tube and it's diluted. The needle that just sits in the bottle will drop enough and then drop it on that head. When it dries, it'll dry clear and give me a nice head on that Matuka. This is a pattern from Fling Puterbaugh, basic manual of fly tying, and the reason that I am tying it.